Welcome to our channel. In today's tutorial, we are diving deep into the world of NoSQL databases, focusing specifically on HBase. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of what HBase is, how to set it up, and how to interact with it using Java. HBase is an open-source, distributed, and scalable NoSQL database built on top of Hadoop. It is designed for real-time read/write access to large datasets. Let's first understand its architecture and core components. HBase follows a column family data model, where data is organized into rows. Each row can have multiple column families, and each column family can have many columns. This flexibility allows HBase to efficiently handle sparse data. To get started, we need to ensure that we have HBase installed on our system. First, let's download the latest version of HBase from the Apache HBase website. The download should come in a compressed file. After downloading, extract the files to your desired directory. Next, navigate to the HBase directory in your terminal. You need to configure HBase before starting it. Open the hbasesite.xml file located in the conf directory. In this file, you can specify the configuration properties. For a basic setup, you will primarily need the following properties. After saving your changes, it's time to start HBase. Use the following command in your terminal. To verify that HBase is running correctly, open your web browser and go to http://localhost 16010. You should see the HBase master UI showing that HBase is up and running. Now that HBase is running, let's write some Java code to interact with our HBase instance. We will need a few dependencies for our project. Create a new Maven project and add the following dependencies to your pom.xml. Now let's establish a connection to HBase. Create a new Java class named HBaseExample. Here's a simple example to get you started. This code connects to the HBase instance running on localhost. Notice the use of try with resources to ensure that the connection gets closed automatically. Let's compile and run this program. Now that we have successfully connected to HBase, let's create a table. HBase requires tables to be defined before we can insert data into them. We will create a new table named Employees with a column family called Info. Let's add a method to our HBaseExample class to create a table. Next, we'll invoke this createTable method in our main method. Make sure to handle any exceptions appropriately. Let's check if the table gets created successfully. Let's move on to inserting data into our newly created Employees table. We will write another method to handle this. In this method, we need to use the put class from the HBase client. Invoke the insertData method in your main method exactly where you created the table. Now let's run our program to see if data is inserted successfully. Great! Data has been inserted into the Employees table. Next, let's read this data back. To do this, you'll use the get class provided by HBase. Add the readData method invocation in your main method. This will allow us to retrieve and display the data we just inserted. Let's run the application again. Fantastic! We have successfully retrieved data from HBase. Now, let's cover deleting data from our table. This is straightforward using HBase's delete class. Invoke the deleteData method in your main method and run the program to see it in action. Check the console for the output. Now that we have learned how to insert, read, and delete data, let's discuss best practices when working with HBase. Some important considerations include using appropriate row keys, choosing the right column families, and understanding the impact of your write patterns on HBase performance. Also, avoid large numbers of small writes and consider batching your operations to improve performance. HBase works best when handling large volumes of data. As we wrap up, let's summarize the major activities we performed in this tutorial. First, we set up HBase and created a basic Java project with the required dependencies. Then, we connected to HBase, created a table, inserted data, retrieved it, and finally learned how to delete it. Thank you for watching this tutorial on implementing HBase. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful tutorials on NoSQL databases and programming.